It's a privilege to work with so many people who put their heart and soul into their work. Generally gentle people too. So it's a great community. And you feel that they are willing and able to really work for something which is not common. We put marine restoration on the agenda, or we have been very material in putting that marine restoration on the agenda, and that's because people are so devoted to doing it and showing that we can do it.
When we met 2017 to found the Native Oyster Restoration Alliance, the main vision was to build up a network for active knowledge exchange with all relevant European partners engaging in oyster restoration. As of now, we are facing climate change as a crisis and also the biodiversity loss as a crisis. And the United Nations have proclaimed 2 decades that are very relevant for oyster restoration and also for NORA. So the UN Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, and at the same time the UN Decade for Ocean Science and Sustainable Development. I think both decades show that the work we do is highly relevant, and we would like to continuously engage in contributing with relevant progress and relevant research results to implement large-scale ecological restoration for the natural recovery of relevant marine ecosystems.
The scale of the problem that we have is huge. We have all around the world a habitat type that is a really important part of a functioning ecosystem in our nearshore areas, and that's oyster reefs. And they're gone. Essentially, they're gone everywhere. They've been fished out. We've eaten the oysters, and we've gone back and dredged out the reef to burn for lime. And they are so important. They do so much for us. They produce so many fish. They clean the water. They protect shorelines. The benefits that we get from them make it really worth putting them back. But the scale of the problem is big. Nobody can tackle that problem by themselves. We need to be working as a group on such a big problem. And it's those groups that are really critical. And NORA is the brains trust. NORA is where the people that are interested in making these nearshore ecosystems work again can actually get together and share ideas and develop strategies and become more efficient at this huge task that we need to get done.
As a scientist, I think the plight of the native oyster is a really interesting and dire challenge that has to be addressed. So I think all of the scientists that are working in NORA, they want to apply themselves to solve a problem, and it's really exciting to be part of a community that is seeking to do so much good for the world. And for that reason, I really love to engage with the other scientists in NORA. I think we all have a vision, we all have a motivation, and it's a really tricky problem. But one that desperately needs to be addressed. And for that reason, the fact that the NORA community is working together to address that is just really exciting to be a part of.
I think the main goal of NORA community would be just to have as many people integrate together and to work on oyster restoration all around the world, actually mainly focused on Europe. But I'm kind of new to the NORA community, so this is actually also my first conference. And I like it so far, especially as a young researcher. I like to participate.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'd say the conference is more like to get everybody together so that you can share ideas and stuff. Like, I met Sophie about 2-3 months ago, I think it was, because our supervisors were just like, we need a PGR rep, go. So it was really nice to like meet Sophie and then meet everybody else in the PGR session that we had this morning. So just like making the connections with everybody, because if you're friends with everybody, it's a lot easier to do a large amount of work, which with the oysters being nearly extinct is a huge amount of work to do. So just like getting everybody together so we can do that is going to be, I think, my main thing for conferences like this.
I love being involved with the NORA community, being an oyster farmer, because we have a lot of excitement to have with our wild population in Loch Ryan and also a breeding programme with ponds in Ireland, where we also have oysters that might be resistant and might help to repopulate areas which have a banana problem. But I love these conferences just because there's so many people here all talking about the same small mollusk.
This is what European cooperation means: hope for a better future based on a common effort. Please take this as an acknowledgement for your significant contribution and let me urge you to continue your efforts. Thank you very much.
What we are now experiencing is something special. We are in a special age, of course, with the loss of biodiversity, climate change. But what I see happening, because of what we are doing, but also autonomously, for various reasons, is so much more attention for marine nature. In the European Union, also on the British Islands, but even worldwide. And that is a wave on which we are surfing, and we're becoming more and more aware of that. What will also help is that EU nature restoration law is going to be formulated and published probably shortly, sometime in November of this year. And I think if we do our work properly, we can make a huge difference in the execution also of that law, and maybe even in strengthening that law. Showing the world, showing Europe that we can do it.